All right, my friend Yuri from Moscow actually has put up Animal Farm, George Orwell.
Ooh. So in Russia
as well.
Very
So
on the nose, that.
I think Yuri is asking to be put into the gulag. This week, we were involved in match fixing in amateur sport.
My God. Welcome back to Critical Banter, where we take the best bits from your favorite late night shows and package them into a podcast. For today's episode, two classic segments from the boys, The Price is Right and Cuck or Be Cucked. But before that, trap the week, we've got me and Miguel. We have Rohit.
G'day.
And Centurion Evangelingam.
Hello, boys. Don't give out my govy
Your
like
govy,
that.
bro. I'm giving out the govy. Look him up, dox him, do whatever you must.
Don't tell our listeners that. They'll actually do it.
Kush has bleeped out part of that name.
Thank you.
No, what's wrong with knowing your full name?
Mate, I'm a man of confidentiality. Anyway, speaking of which, boys, this week, well, Ro, you would know all about this, but Manny, I want to tell something that Ro and I and about 10 others did this week. That
Confess
I'm not,
to me, Senny.
Yeah, this is an impromptu TCB confession, I guess. And this is something that I'm kind of proud of, but also in the grand scheme of things, when I look at it from a bigger picture, it's also kind of sad. So, Manny, this week we were involved in match fixing. In amateur sport.
My God.
So, for context, Ro and I, we play on a Tuesday touch footy team, oztag team, if you will. And
Not the same thing, despite what it may sound like.
close enough, though.
Yeah,
But for the wider audience, it's basically the same thing. And we've been absolutely doing bits. We played Div 4, pretty high Div, I will say.
Out of 11 or 12 divs, mind you.
I thought it was 14. Makes
I
it
thought
sound
it was
even better.
25, yeah.
But, we're playing at almost the professional level, if you will.
You may say.
You'd be wrong, but you may say.
And we've been doing bits. We are coming for flying first. Before this week, we were, I think, 8-1 or something. And that one loss was when we played in a higher div and we were playing against nerds.
First game of the season
Exactly.
as well.
We were missing
rusty.
half the team. Rust after lockdown, it was a shambles. But we are doing very well. And so you'd think, why would we need to match fix? We're
Exactly. If
we're
you've
stomping
beaten
every team.
everyone.
Exactly. But we're also sore losers.
And we're all cowards.
We're
is what
cowards,
we are.
sore losers, and we can't hack even the possibility that we could play a decent team in the finals. So the semis are in a few weeks, and we, I've never seen Ro do maths in his life, but this week, Ro, we were sitting on the touchline before the game, and Ro's like, all right, I need to do some quick maths.
Yeah.
So for context, we're coming first. The team that's coming fourth, we played early in the season, and we stomped them by like 10.
Crack. Yeah.
They're not a
Smacked
good
them.
team.
Bottom of the table, maybe.
No, they're fourth.
They're fourth, but
I wasn't listening.
it speaks to the rest of the league that they're coming fourth, right? So the team coming fifth, though, had dropped down from the div above, and they've got a couple of like representative players, and we've heard whispers that they are a very good team. And so the last time
But we did stop them.
let me get that. We played them like a few weeks ago, and we beat them by 2, and they were missing their best player. So alarm bells were ringing.
We're missing
Are
our
they-
best player.
Are they fifth because your record from the division higher carries on?
Carries on.
So if they started in this division from the
would
beginning,
be
they might be first
exactly.
or second.
They'd
Not
be,
first.
They'd be second.
Sorry, second.
They'd be second, please. But they are a dangerous team. So they're coming fifth. And so we were playing the team that's currently coming fourth. And we're like, we need to make sure that the team coming fourth stays fourth.
Yeah.
So what do? Well, the obvious answer was we throw the game. And so I floated, maybe we just forfeit. But then we looked at that's when Ro got onto the touchline on the sideline. And he looked at their points difference. And theirs is shocking. And so we need to let them win A, and we need to let them win big.
Heavily. Dude.
Goal
Because
difference type shit.
Exactly.
The team that was coming fifth, the game before, we were watching it, they won 20-2.
So
So
they had a big win.
18 goal difference just straight into
What's a normal score line? Like 5 or 6?
Yeah, 5 or 6.
So 20 is outrageous.
20
Yes.
is outrageous.
That's
Genuinely, it's an out.
It's like a 30-minute game, bro. Scoring 1 a minute.
And I think if you forfeit, it's only
It's like when Australia beat American Samoa 32-0 in the football.
essentially. So yeah, if you forfeit, I think it's only like a 5-0 loss that you cop. That's not good enough. So we went out on the field, and the instructions were clear. let them score. If we score a try, we're going to get penalised. We're going to get punished by Captain Rowe. So far out, we went out there and it was like Bambi on ice. I was letting people run through me. I was tagging one-handed, throwing Hail Mary balls off like the first tag. It was shambolic. We were kicking off like any tackle, even though you're only allowed to kick off the first and the last.
The ref comes up to me and he's like, "Oh, you guys are usually better than this, right?" I have to be like, pull out some excuse. We went to the beach today, the whole team, all very tired. Hungover.
The other team literally said to us, "Oh yeah, we thought we were going to get pumped by you guys." In the end, the score, I think we lost by 8 or 9.
Yeah, 14 or 15 at 6.
And even then, like, to keep it reasonable, we had to score a few tries just to make it look like we weren't absolutely throwing the game altogether. But
So you gave off the illusion you're trying, but it's a shame you lost.
exactly.
the one saving grace was like, because they were actually playing pretty well. Like we were being like spastics,
Yeah.
but they were playing well. But then the saving grace was like when we wanted to score, we did score.
Exactly.
So and
Scoring
then
on command.
we did score on command. There's one more game left in the season, and the forecast is rain. And check the table. This team, we've just managed to sneak them still into fourth.
Their goal difference is so they're equal on points, but they're like 1 or 2 ahead on goal difference. So we've done
Perfect.
enough.
Perfectly executed.
Exactly.
So it's in God's hands now.
So
if rain comes, we've done our plan has worked magnificently.
What
I
if there's
have
no
to say.
rain?
It's a head-to-head. It's a head-to-head in
Then
the
it's
last
out of our
round.
hands, you know?
We've done what we can. We let the gods decide.
We put it to them on a platter. You know, they were miles behind. They weren't going to make it now. You know, this is all in their hands. So I have to say it is... the fact that the plan worked, it's pretty impressive, I have to say. But the fact that we had to match fix
High level. It's Tuesday's social sport. Division 4 mixed oztag.
But you know, I'm always of the ilk of, you know, you win at all costs. Do whatever it takes to win.
You're in it to win it.
I'm in
If
it
we
to
win
it.
the competition, we get a hoodie. And the hoodie's looking good this
It's
season.
a badge of honor. It literally says premiers. You know, you walk around and other people look at you like you're a big dog. So I think it's worth it. And it's only bad if we get caught. So there's no way they could prove it.
We're not going to get caught by, airing it out in the public for everyone to hear.
As far as they know, this is just a funny little anecdote. Could be true, could not be true. How can they prove it?
Exactly. We make content.
Exactly.
All right. Speaking of sad, maybe even sadder pursuits, I have taken up a hobby, boys, as you know. I've taken up DJing. So this all started at the end of last year when there was a New Year's Eve party.
Yeah.
But then turns out basically anyone could fucking DJ there. So we know someone that has a stage and then they get to choose who goes on their stage. And then we looked into who was on their stage, bro. It was people with like 100 followers.
Yeah.
Bro. Like 200 followers. You look at their mixes, run of the mill.
Maybe they're good mixers, but they just didn't have like fame.
Exactly.
We thought you had to have fame to perform live in front of like thousands of people.
And this is like a big party as well. Like,
Yeah.
this is not just
No.
like a mate's backyard. This is like a proper in the city, like in a nice.
You gotta buy
park.
tickets.
Buy a ticket. It's like Rose said, like a couple thousand people for New Year's Eve. It's like a decent event.
Exactly.
So we thought the caliber of DJs would be much higher
Yeah.
in terms of clout,
Yeah.
not talent.
Talent could be there.
Subjective.
But turns out, the DJ's 100, 200 followers. And I was just like, bro.
How hard could it be?
Bro, you mix one song to another song. Like, how hard could this really be? So that's what I'm like, 2022 is the year of DJing.
This is literally Rose. Oh, I could play any sport professionally, but my parents didn't let me.
Yeah, but DJing, you can learn for 4 weeks and you know basically everything, bro.
Can't
You
wait
mix
for the TikTok comments for this.
well,
There you
DJing is the easiest thing that's on planet Earth. So there's that. So what I've done is I've bought DJ decks. I've received the DJ decks. And between last week's episode and this week's episode, I took over this table, put my DJ decks on, took all the podcast stuff off the table, put my DJ decks on it, put some speakers on it, fucking got this critical Banter neon sign strobing
Yeah,
while I was
absolutely.
mixing
In the background.
Stay by Justin Bieber with Without You by Avicii. 2 of the worst songs you could ever mix. But those are the only 2 songs on my computer.
Stay was all right. I think without you, it's hard to mix.
It's hard to mix. Anyway, so that was, the DJ decks were on the table when Sen and Rohit got here. And they both gave it a go.
Yeah, we gave it a go. Yeah,
Thoughts?
crack.
Is it as easy as I've said it was going to be?
No, so it's a lot of buttons. And we were discussing this and like the problem is like, how do you know when to transition the song? So like, let's say you have Stay On at the moment and you want to go to the drop of Without You.
How do you know?
But like, there's no lyrics to telling you when the drop is.
you only see the sound waves.
You just see sound, yeah.
Fucking how am I
Maybe
meant
that's
to know
part of
that?
the tech. Maybe we underestimated the tech as you need for
No, but
DJ.
no, there's got to be some way to know. Like, otherwise, like, it's literally impossible because you're playing a song
Surely
and you've got to be on the second.
I imagine you can timestamp it beforehand, so you know at 43 seconds
Hit the
without
button
you
to
drops
send-
or
yeah.
something.
So what are DJs doing live then? If it's all done beforehand, bro, just press and play.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Like,
DJing's the biggest scam career in the world, bro.
like, what I'm saying is, why don't you just do it all beforehand? Like, create the track beforehand and just hit play.
Well, create like a 3-hour
Playlists.
track.
With like the drops in the right spots and stuff like that. Because I don't think you can do this on the fly. Like, I'm probably very wrong, but like,
We are so misinformed, but we'll continue.
but there was like that little button that goes like you can set it to be the drop, and then you can press that, right?
Yeah.
But then also, like, if you go to playlist, like, part of the skill of DJing is knowing to work the crowd. Like, when do I play the low music? When do I play the hype up songs?
Yeah, exactly. Because if you make a 3-hour playlist, you're 1 hour in. The next hour is hype music. The crowd
Dead.
ain't wanting the hype music right now. But you've got to be able to adapt on the fly.
So you're an amateur at the moment.
I'm less than an amateur, bro. I barely know what I'm doing.
So you're saying this is harder than you.
It's harder
first
than envisioned.
anticipated.
It's not a 4-week endeavor. 6 weeks maybe.
6 weeks.
And then by 6 weeks, I'm hitting up our main and be like, where's my set? Give me a set.
Yeah, that could be good though. Like, not 6 weeks. Surely, like,
No, I think it's 6 weeks to learn the buttons.
It's like a 6-week
right.
training camp.
100%.
yeah, is this like a 9 to 5? Like, or 6 weeks, 1 hour a night, or 6 weeks
This is
from?
1 hour you got on a Sunday, bro.
Well, this is what I wanted to ask. Like, I asked you guys before. Like, do DJs practice? Do they train? Do you have like, Malcolm Gladwell says, 10,000 hours to master something. Are these guys
Outliers.
sitting at home, like in their backyard or something, just mixing shit?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
they're
so.
finding the songs to mix. So when they go to a club, they know, you
Do they have
without you,
warm-ups? Do they
will mix
open the
it.
gate, close the gate? Like, how do they train?
The hands, bro. It's all the hands.
Is it like set plays that they have to like? Yeah, I imagine that's probably something that they like have like already. Like I'm
Set plays,
They would have like
yeah.
5 or 6 songs. Like, all right, I'm gonna know this song goes into this one, into that one, into.
Yeah, so like if the mood's certain,
Yeah.
certain mood, they'll know they'll play this set of songs.
But I swear, all DJs. I swear, there's like. I said this as well before. Like in clubs, I swear it's the same like couple of songs that they always like transition into. I swear. What's the one?
Yeah, there's best practice. Like, of course, there's best practice in DJing. You know what I mean? It's like,
Exactly, bro.
you've got
industry standards.
Hotline Blinks into Soldier Boy.
Yeah, like that sort of
Standard.
stuff. Like it's
Yeah, that's bread and butter, bro. You got to have it. It's like the pick and roll in basketball. You can't go without it.
playbook.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think there is a playbook with the DJs. Like, the guy at the back is yelling out 42, 54, like calling the players. Then he's dropping this song and that sort of thing. But I think, like, do you have a DJ name?
That's what I wanted to float to the people. So my ambition overall is end of the year. If this festival's happening, I want to be there.
That's bold.
Even if it's first set at like 2 p.m.
Yeah.
when there's like 3 people in the crowd.
That's fine.
That's
Two
still
of them are me and Sen.
that one's my mum.
Make some noise, Sydney. It's just me and Ro.
Kush couldn't even be bothered to come. But that is my ambition, to play at a festival. It doesn't matter how many people, whatever. Play at a festival. If I make it onto the stage, that is that. But I do need a name.
Okay.
And I do not have a name. And go on.
Does it have to be like DJ something?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm, to be honest, like a fan of the one-word DJ names, like Avicii, Diplo.
Oh, okay, yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
those sort of
Marshmallow.
Fuck these like puns with DJ. They're not clever.
Moby Disc.
Yeah, shite like that, bro. If anyone sends in something like that, you're blocked. But I am calling it out to you guys. I need a DJ name. Please send them in. I'm happy to hear any suggestions.
What about Manu? Just straight up name.
That would be a last resort. So if you can do
Madonna,
better,
just one name,
Yeah.
Beyonce.
you need to do
Manu.
better than Manu, and I back you guys to do much better than Manu.
All right, boys. Our game this week is something we haven't done in a while. Maybe some people would say rightfully so. Others would say definitely rightfully so.
So keen listeners would have picked up that Manny did not say fan favorites at the start of the show.
It's a favorite in our hearts, though.
Barely.
And in honor of the brave person who asked you boys a few weeks ago about your thoughts on the Russia-Ukraine situation, I've decided to do a Ukrainian version of The Price is Right.
What?
However, they don't have Gumtree or Craigslist, so I had to look up Ola.hx.
Right.
And it was all in...
HX.
Yeah, it was some really dodgy site, but apparently it's the biggest like trading site marketplace in the Ukraine. So
what's the currency in the Ukraine?
It's the Ukrainian Hryvnia. I hope I've pronounced that right. But one AUD gets you 20 of those. And I'm going to need your answer in
What's
Ukraine.
a Big Mac? Do we know what a Big Mac is?
I don't have the Big Mac
We need a
index.
price point. We need a
But I think it's relatively like similar. So I think like a gallon of milk, for example, a liter of milk would be like
gallon.
would be equivalent to like $2 or $3.
So like barrel of oil. And we're using those metrics.
So, in honor of that, I have got a few things, and I'm going to need your answers in the Ukrainian local currency. So, Ro, I'm not looking at anyone in particular, but just whatever your AUD currency is, just times it by 20 and give me that number.
Fantastic.
So, your first one is Jack Reacher 2 plus 2 art books. It's a collection. So, it's the Blu-ray of Jack Reacher 2 plus a couple of art books.
How many is a couple? This is very important.
Two art books. You're getting 2 art
Jack
books.
Reacher art books.
Yeah, so it's a box set. So you get the art books, 2 art books that come with the movie, and you get the Blu-ray version of the movie.
What is an art book?
Like
It
a
doesn't
coloring.
say. Yeah, I assume it's just like
thing.
like behind the scenes photos and stuff
But
like
Jack
that.
Reacher's like quite a mature movie, right?
It is, yeah.
But it's on Blu-ray.
By Tom Cruise.
No, as in like it's for older crowd. It's not for like you're not showing your 7-year-old kid who has a coloring book of Jack Reacher, are you? Or am I
Or
mistaken?
maybe it's not a coloring book, it's just like cinematic photos.
Yeah, maybe.
I'll be honest. So the website was all in Ukrainian, and I had to use Google Translate to translate the entire web page from Russian to English. So there, some of the
Ukrainian,
English might
no?
be. Well, the thing is, I thought it was Ukrainian as well, and I said Ukrainian, but when it comes, it automatically translates from Russian to English. So I assume it's probably.
Did you try Ukrainian? Because maybe it would have been clearer.
Look, for the most part, it was fine. So anyway, this is sold by Sasha, who's in Kiev.
Baron
if anyone
Cohen.
is interesting, shout out to our
So
Kiev
this is
listeners.
secondhand.
Secondhand.
Okay.
This is all. Of course, it's all secondhand.
Well, I'm thinking like a.
marketplace.
Well, I'm thinking like a
Gimp.
box edition, like first hand Jack Reacher plus 2 art books.
Yeah.
It's going for like $20. So like, what's that? 400 Hryvnian.
So I'll give you, if it's close, within at least 10, I'll give you the answer.
So you're giving us within 50 cents, basically.
Oh, fine. Okay.
No, that's fine. That's
Yeah, you know,
that's
yeah.
good. Yeah,
Because I was thinking the Blu-ray on its own is going for a tenner.
tenner. Yeah,
You're saying 2 art books are worth as much as the book.
yeah. I think $5 for an art book each. I think that's more than fair.
So Ro was saying 400.
But that's the.
Are we working together?
No. It's just,
What?
You're getting pitted. Oh, do you want to work together then?
No, we'll get. I forgot how this game works. We haven't done it in so long.
It would have been nice to get an explanation of the game.
I thought you guys would remember that you're pitted against each other.
So this is my logic: 400 Hryvnian for a brand new set.
Yep.
Knock 50 off the price. 350 Hryvnian is what I'm locking
I'm going
in.
200. I don't think it's more than a tenner.
It's 650.
Daddy, you're getting absolutely ripped off by this Kiev geezer, Sasha.
That's why it's still for sale.
Yeah, true.
All right. So neither of you get the point there. Next up is
600.
a
What's that? How many dollars is that?
$30.
$30 for Jack Reacher.
It's a bit much. I will say it is a bit much.
We don't know what the art books are. They could be some fucking
That
gem.
is true. Yeah,
But I
fair.
don't think it's worth $30.
Because it might not even be art books. He didn't fucking translate it properly. So it could be something else.
All right, next up is a grammar and vocab books. So 3 of them, all in English, grammar and vocab, and there's 3 levels. So you get the base level, the intermediate, and the advanced level. They're literally just 3 textbooks.
Are they big textbooks? Or they're like our French
Look,
textbooks?
I
that are
can't
like
tell from
20
the 2D
pages?
picture, but I would imagine that they're hefty books.
Hefty.
Yeah.
They look hefty
Textbooks are always.
because it's grammar and vocab.
Bro, I think they're like touche one from French. None of you get that reference.
That's a very Jesus.
Say one.
Like 40-page books is what I'm saying. And you just fill in words. That's what I think.
And this
books are.
person is in Ivano-Frankivsk. If you want to go pick it up in person.
Is it? I feel like English would be a hot commodity.
That's what I
to
was
learn.
thinking. Just by the fact that it's English makes it more expensive. Foreign, like everything foreign. Like we say, European made. Maybe they say Australian made.
They've got a tax, English tax. It's like the footballers. Another niche reference. We'll move on.
All right, Manny, what do you think? So we had 650 for a Blu-ray plus 2 art books. This is just 3 textbooks. You know, when we were studying in uni and you wanted to get a second-hand textbook, how much were you willing to pay?
And there's 3 of them.
There's 3 of them.
Is that a hint?
I don't know. Is it?
I will go $200. So what is that? 4,000. I'm so off, but I'm going 4,000.
4,000 Hryvnian.
Rohit's getting the
I've
calculator
got to
out.
do some math here.
You can't just times by 2 and add a 0.
No, there's no need to do that. I think it's. You said 2,000. I don't think it's
I said 4,000.
4,000.
4,000 because
I think it's like 60 Australian dollars. So that's 1,200 Hryvnian.
It's 130 AUD, so it's 2,600. It's close from Ro. I will say it's a decent effort, but still far off it.
I've just realised that 10 is going to be almost impossible, the margin of error that you've given us.
Is it?
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, well, no. We play.
First one to get a point wins.
Yeah.
And this one is you're racing to 1.
You're here all day.
All right, next up, boys. This one I will say is very expensive.
Not another fucking book, please.
No. This one is an exercise bike.
I was going to say exercise
Yeah,
book.
okay.
No. This is a Big Daddy, like one of those elliptical machines that you see at the gym. So he's described it as a home elliptical combo with the front flywheel that provides extra comfort by reducing the Q factor. Now, I know you boys are all about the Q factor, so you'd be very interested in this.
Yeah,
and I will say this is imagine just how much you think an elliptical bike is, because this is quite a big amount.
Rohit
Okay.
hates the cues.
You can say that.
Can't say that. All right.
Combo bike is something I heard.
It's
Combo
a
what?
yeah. What is? Does it come with the
Is
protein
it like
shake
a
or something?
No, I think it's like a 2-in-1. So acts as a bike and maybe a rower or some shit.
Yeah,
No,
bike and
it's
treadmill.
purely just an elliptical bike.
I actually have no frame of. What does he get?
not a bike,
What does he get to
bro.
look?
It's an elliptical bike.
It's an elliptical
It's a machine. It's not a bike.
It's no bike.
Sorry,
Okay.
fine.
It's
I
changed.
thought you were talking about the ones where you sit and like the pedals are in front and you just...
Row or like whatever. Hey, it doesn't matter. Look, it's just an elliptical machine. It's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
Brand new, he says.
Yeah, brand new.
Claims.
But
Claims.
can offer a discount.
Yeah.
What's a discount these days?
I reckon an elliptical machine is like probably $1,000, 1,200 maybe. Is that too much?
Because when you go to the gym, you only see one.
Yeah, there's
If
not
they
that
were
many.
cheap, you'd see. I think you'd see treadmills. You see a lot.
Maybe it's more than $1,000. I'll say $1,500 times 2.
Times 20.
Yeah, 3,000. 30,000
30,000.
Hryvnian is what I'm
Alright.
locking in.
20,000.
AUD.
No.
Oh, right. No, again, Ro is close. It's 2,000, so it's 40,000 Hryvnian, and Ro was close, but no cigar.
what did Ro
again.
say?
He said-
30,000.
He said 30,000.
I'm finding my range though. I will say
He's
that.
getting closer. He's getting closer and closer.
I'm in line with the Hryvnian to AUD.
in
You're
touch
in line
with the common
yeah.
Ukrainian.
Finger on the pulse.
All right, my friend Yuri from Moscow actually has put up Animal Farm, George Orwell.
Ooh. So in Russia
In Russia as well,
It's very
so-
on the nose, that.
I think Yuri is asking to be put into the gulag, but for those who don't know, famous allegorical novel about the Soviet Union. So Yuri, who has a death wish, has put up Animal Farm for sale.
Wait, is this in Hryvnian or is this in
This is again in
Russian
Hryvnia,
currency?
but he lives in Moscow. But he's put it up on the Ukrainian side.
Right, okay.
Because he's trying to smuggle it out of the country.
This is illegal substances.
Well, like it can't be more than like $15, surely.
This is I'll give you a hint.
300.
I'll help you out here. It's a very small amount.
238 Hryvnian is what I'm locking in. Is what Yuri's
190.
I'll give it to Manny. It's 200 Hryvnian.
Within 10, baby. And that's the end of the segment.
So there you go. Right, Manny is finally on the board. All right. Next up is Oksana. She is from Donetsk, and she's put up Shakhtar, exactly. She's put up a brand new taekwondo suit. It says new, not implanted. What?
Taekwondo.
And says white
Suits.
color didn't wink. I assume she means didn't wear, and it's a brand
Right.
new. So it's just a white taekwondo
robe.
kit. Yeah.
Does it come with the belt?
No,
She didn't
but
get a
it's-
belt, bro. She
yeah,
didn't use it.
She didn't wear it, so it's brand new, and it's the full, top and bottom.
Isn't it just one? No, it's not a robe. It's a top and bottom.
It's
You're
a top and bottom. It's a pants and then the
Yes,
top. So
yes.
you get the full shebang.
right. How much is Taekwondo top going for? Uniqlo can get a top for $20.
You don't get a Taekwondo top.
Taekwondo top's just a button-up shirt with extra steps.
Yeah, it's like oversized. Looks good though. Long sleeves.
Oversized in vogue these days,
Yeah,
It's
big
trendy. It's not a vintage shirt, but what am I saying?
I'll make another outrageous claim that again, everyone who does Taekwondo plays state or represents their country. I've never met a non-Taekwondo
Who's just been
national.
average.
Yeah, who's been average.
No
So
casual Taekwondo.
there's no casual Taekwondo players.
Yeah, I'm just an orange belt.
The fact that this girl is,
But never used, so maybe
Never
she was a
used.
casual.
I'm saying it'll be like maybe $50 for the set. So call it 2,000 Hryvnian.
All right. He said 2,000.
I don't think Taekwondo is a popular sport in Ukraine.
I don't
to be
think so at
perfectly
all.
How many
frank.
dollars is 2,000?
Sorry?
How many dollars is 2,000?
$50.
No, it would be divided by 20, 100.
This is shambles.
So which one are you locking in?
Harvard,
Okay.
500.
All right. There you go.
Sorry, 1,000. 1,000.
Yeah. Okay.
I've forgotten what I just said. Apologies.
Bro, you've confused me. I'm doubting my maths. I want to do $100. What is that? 2,000, right?
100 would be 2,000.
Yeah,
Yes,
correct.
2,000.
Okay, so you're saying 2,000. What are you saying?
2,000, but $50 American.
1,000.
Well, Ro would be closer. It's 400.
Yeah.
So it's only $20.
That's a bargain.
That is a bargain.
Pick that up if you're around.
I thought you were on that when you started saying, I'm sure Taekwondo is not a popular sport.
Yeah.
So how is she going to sell it for such an absorbent amount? So it'd be-
$50 is not an exorbitant amount, I feel, for 2 pieces of clothing.
well, in Ukraine, times are tough right now, as we know.
As you know. Ro and I don't know.
Yeah, true.
All right. 2 more to go, and Manny currently leads 1-0. Next up is a 6-string guitar. It says brand new as well. Brand new acoustic guitar.
In the box.
In the box. Excellent condition, they say, and the brand is Ovation, if you've heard of it. I've never heard of it.
I knew a bloke in kindergarten called Ovation.
Did you actually?
Yeah. I wonder how he's doing these days.
What ethnicity was he?
He was of your ethnicity.
A brown guy called Ovation.
Yeah.
I think you were pronouncing it wrong, bro.
Was his first name Standing?
Yeah.
You got to pay that. That's funny. That is so funny. Sorry, but that's like one of the best jokes of all time.
I can't believe he knew we weren't going to laugh to the level he wanted. So he begged for us to laugh.
No begging there. The
He had
listeners
to
are...
tell us it was funny.
It is funny. That was hilarious. Pay it.
Just tell me how much the damn guitar is.
How much Ovation is.
His name was Ovation, bro. I swear to God.
I don't believe that for a second.
I'm looking it up after this segment.
$250.
In Australian or in the Ukrainian currency?
No, obviously Ukrainian. Let me do some quick maths.
Okay, so you're giving me 250 Ukrainian?
5,000 Hryvnian.
Oh,
5,000 Hryvnian.
Okay, 5,000.
Bro, acoustic guitar doesn't cost that much.
$250. Ovation? Yeah, but that's premium.
It's far from premium. I'm saying $80. What the fuck is that?
16.
1,600.
Manny is pretty much spot on. It's 1,500, $75.
But not spotted enough to get a
Give it
point,
to me.
though.
Yeah, it is.
That's not
No,
I'm going to give it to him. I'm going to give That's pretty good.
2-0,
You're over
baby.
here saying...
Yeah,
fucking-
give me a fucking standing ovation, prick.
That is very impressive, I have to say. Man is...
I'm on the nose with the guitar, dude.
All right.
There's some at JB Hi-Fi, bro. They're not going for $250.
Yeah, acoustic guitars are quite cheap, I have to say.
Fair enough.
All right. Final one, boys, is a podcasting kit. So you've got a microphone, you've got one of these pop filters, one of the other pilot pop filters, and then you've got a stand, and then
Stand for the mic.
stand for the mic, and you've got obviously all the XLR cables, and it's a little recorder as well. A little, not a Rode one, but it's a little.
No, not a Rodecaster Pro.
No, but it's a small one. So if you are a Ukrainian listener, you can live stream the invasion and you can post it online. So how much do you think a podcasting kit goes for?
Is there a brand to this kit?
It's a no-name Ukrainian brand. We'll call it the Shevchenko. How much do you think the Shevchenko goes for? It's actually called the Tina V8 if you want the actual name for it. But I've never heard of that.
Never.
So
Shevchenko did go for a record fee
That's
at a
true.
time.
So he says it works great for both music and streaming and recording. He says, I'm buying a new one, so I'm selling this one.
So is it used?
It's used.
Mike, I'm going to say we paid like $80 for it, so $60, let's say. Then we got the Rodecaster knockoff. Let's say 150. So we're up to 210. Then what else do we have? Cables.
Bells and whistles, cable stand, pop filter, windscreen.
Cheapest chips.
So this comes with the windscreen as well, like I said.
Yeah.
So this comes with literally everything you would need to record.
I'm going to say 6.5 Hryvnian.
Bear in mind, this is used.
4.5 Hryvnian.
And it doesn't look great quality.
3.5.
2.5 Hryvnian.
All right, Manny, what do you think?
So
And there's only one. There's only one of everything.
at JB Hi-Fi, you can get a similar kit.
Can
and I
you?
do believe, but no brand, no name.
Yeah.
And I do believe that goes for $150 to $200.
So what do you use?
But used, you got to factor that in. We'll halve it.
Yeah.
Ukrainian brand. Again,
Yeah.
never heard of it, bro.
But maybe it's big in the UK.
Soviet era
No,
as
but
well.
electronic brands, they cross borders, you know? You can get a Sony anywhere, I reckon. That sort of thing. What was I up to? 150, above 200, 100. I'll knock off another 20, $80. Again, fuck, I've locked in the same answer. What'd you say?
No, man was
I
saying,
said $2,500. You
Yeah.
said 1,600.
I'll go 1,500.
Manny is again the closest one.
What?
It's 1,000.
That's a steal. Anyone in Ukraine, you pick that up and ship it to us, dare I say. That's
We're looking for more
Good
equipment
deal,
always.
yeah.
So if you are, Maxim in Kramatorsk is selling this. So if you are interested, buy it and please send it to us.
That is a deal.
But Manny will take that out 2-0.
This is Cuck or Be Cucked. Cuck, 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 cuck,
Cuck or be cucked.
Alrighty, hope you enjoyed that intro. Cuck or Be Cucked, as usual, fan favorite. This is the number one segment that we love to do. We basically tell stories about how people have been alphaed, how many cockatoos they get, which is how big they've been alphaed, and how we can reverse the alphaing. And then if you want more alphaing is when you basically just disrespect someone, is what it is. So thanks, Lucas, for writing in. He writes in, boys, not sure where this would fit, but here's a recent tale of duckery that I was served.
Duckery.
There's a
Autocorrect, I assume.
yeah, autocorrect.
Fuckery.
Correct. That I was
Say it.
served. I lived with my now ex-partner together as a happy couple. We didn't fight. A lot of love and care was shared. So we decided now is the time over lockdown for a nice week vacation in Queensland. First day, we decided to do a snorkel trip. We get on the boat. Not 30 minutes into this, my partner has seasickness and it won't go away. So this feels pretty crap as this thing goes from 9 till 5.
7.5 more hours.
You're all right. Yeah, just starting. Next day, we decided on Valentine's Day to go to Movie World and enjoy some lovely rides and have a wonderful time. That's pretty bold on Valentine's Day.
It's a very recent story as
Ex-partner,
well.
no?
Ex-partner.
So who cares?
Wait, did you say ex-partner?
He lives with his ex-partner. If I've not.
Yeah, I lived with my now ex-partner.
Oh, now. So they were
So
partners at
They
the
were
time.
partners at the time.
So in the
Okay.
space of 5 days, they've broken up?
Next day, we decided on Valentine's Day to go to Movie World and enjoy some lovely rides and have a wonderful time with my ex-partner.
Okay.
So I assume, hold on, Sen, I assume they've been dating for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just live together,
Yeah.
but they've broken up due to
Whatever's going to come next set.
such events.
That's why I'm shocked that we're reading this. You know?
All right. Well, my ex-partner went on one ride and got motion sickness. Get the hint, buddy. Surely,
Yeah,
this is kind of on you.
Surely motion is just not good for her, bro.
She doesn't like it, and you're telling her to go to fishing trips and jump on the rotor
Roller
while she's
coasters, yeah.
throwing up. All right, I got motion sickness. Okay, well, there goes that entire idea. We head back to the Airbnb and chill out. Due to her financial situation, she couldn't cover anything on this trip.
Whoa.
In brackets, this is important.
Don't lead the witness. Let
So
us decide that.
So I booked some teppanyaki, and we have a great time.
And then she got sick because they threw the fucking food.
She doesn't have money, so I booked a really expensive dinner.
But I also make a note that it is expensive. She can't pay.
To be fair, it's Valentine's Day, so teppanyaki is maybe justified in this case. Also, overrated food, teppanyaki.
Experience.
Experience.
Do it once.
Yeah. We have a great time. Chef is flipping eggs. We're throwing rice. It's good vibes. We leave and walk around and head back to the Airbnb. My partner says, we aren't compatible. You want to buy a house and work a lot. Keep in mind, this is completely out of the blue. He got whiplash. I got whiplash, he says, in the way she went from 0 to 100. Now, this Airbnb has been paid for 8 days. So on Valentine's Day, I got broken up with in a vacation I rarely take, in brackets, first in 5 years, by the person I live with. And now I'm out about $1,500 and got to pay for a removalist to get my stuff. Ultimate cucked.
Jeez.
Wait, so
That's rough.
8 days. Day 2 is
Day two.
Valentine's Day.
She's still going.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are recording on day 7.
Should we go up there?
So we're recording on the Saturday. He's still in this Airbnb from what it seems.
Probably, yeah.
That's tomorrow to fucking hack. That's unlucky, brother.
Well, I'm just thinking, like, to be honest, I feel kind of bad for Lucas. Like, what has he planned on, like, so he's planned a snorkel trip, paid for the accommodation.
Yeah.
Then he's done Movie World. Both those dates have gone to the dogs. She must have been looking at the itinerary and it's just more like
Hating it.
bungee jumping, like, let's go skydiving. And she's like, nah, I cannot do it. We're done.
Let's take a bus.
Oh, dearie me. So you have been cucked. Like, getting broken up on Valentine Day is rough in accommodation that you have paid for. In other news, you can kick her out, send her back to home, wherever home is, and
Yeah, exactly.
use it for 7 days as a bachelor pad. You know, go to the Star. What's in Gold Coast? Star Casino. Yeah, go to the Star. Pick up some biddies.
I would love to go to Movie World with you.
Yeah,
I would love to go snorkeling with you.
Take him back to the pad. 1.5K for the Airbnb must be a nice place.
Exactly.
I feel like, well, both people have been cucked here as well. So the early parts of the story, getting her thrown up, motion sickness times 2.
But here's the thing. Do you reckon he planned this whole holiday without telling her what they're doing?
Yeah, or maybe it was like just a cute surprise. You know, we go out, you know, Valentine's Day, we will do like different things every day.
I think
blah,
if
blah,
you
blah.
decide to pay for everything, I think you get a bit of decision making on what you're going to do in the activities. Like, it's not really a democracy; it's more of a.
But surely you
theocracy.
get some input from the other person, you know?
If they're
Surely if they're your partner, you know that they just yak on command.
or maybe this is just like he didn't know. This is like a new thing that she started doing.
Maybe I'll give him benefit of the doubt.
It seems aggressive to just break up with the person. Like, surely she's had these thoughts before. This has been
Fuckery was the
simmering.
right word.
Yeah.
This is fuckery. I agree. Yeah.
What is the reason? Like, yeah, I'm assuming you're right. She's not breaking up with him because they went to Movie
Exactly.
World. Let's be real. Maybe there's something Lucas is not telling us. What happened to Movie World? Maybe you gave her a bit of a left, right, good night. You don't know.
Fucking hell, bro.
Let's not accuse our listeners of that.
I'm kidding, Lucas. You're probably a really nice guy, and she's the terrible person.
But again, you're two sides of the story.
There, exactly. We've only heard one side of this story.
But that's
and it
fine.
sounds
She,
very, you
she
know,
doesn't listen to our podcast, so
That's true, you know.
Yeah.
Our loyalties lie with Lucas.
with Lucas.
But again, you're right. The reason was like, what was the reason?
you want to buy a house and you work too much. Those sound like great qualities in a person.
What's she looking for?
Aspiring things to be.
9 out of 10 people look for someone with a career and ambition.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You show it to them and you get shit on.
In this economy as well, buying a house, that's no mean feat. That's an actual achievement.
Yeah,
So I don't.
Big props to Lucas, like, for having ambitions. That is good on you. Like,
Buying in a bubble, though, I don't know about that, Lucas, but, you know, each their own.
This is a comedy podcast, not a financial advice podcast. So don't worry about that part. So surely that's something that's been bubbling. That's a bubbling reason.
but how is that a reason?
How's
the
it a
validity
red
of the
flag?
reason is regardless.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This had to have been simmering for a while. This didn't just happen on a whim. Like,
Does
this
she
would
just
have
want to live in a like? What does she want to live in if she's not a house?
But the thing is, he said that she has no financial means. Surely this is good for her. If he wants to buy a house and just let her bum in there for free, why is she complaining? You know what I mean? Like, this is in her best interest as well.
That's first of all very nice of you, Lucas, to pay for the holiday, like 100%.
Yeah.
For your girlfriend, like, you know, that sounds like you're a stand-up guy.
Exactly.
And so I do feel bad that this has happened because it's quite a shock. In saying that, to cuck her back, I think it's time to kick her to the curb. She broke up with you.
So that's what
Sorry.
he said. He was going to get the removalists, going to get her to piss off.
Forget about the removalists for the time being. You're in Queensland, day 7. I hope you made the most of it.
Well, I hope at this point when this episode comes out, he would have probably come back to, what is it, New South Wales or Victoria, wherever he lives.
Get the Why is he
I
getting
want
the
an update to the
removalist?
story, though.
We need updates.
Is it her house she's living in? He's living
Exactly. We don't know. We
We need more information. And
Whose
we'll
name
need
is
an
on
update.
the lease?
the legal documents.
But let's get to the cockatoos here. So for the now ex, does she get any cockatoos in this? I feel like she at least gets a couple for getting mugged off.
Well, no, we don't do cockatoos for the person. Like, we'll talk about Lucas, right?
Yeah, right,
I reckon
fine.
he's getting minus cockatoos for taking her to Movie World and taking her to
All right, yeah.
to snorkeling.
But for getting broken up on Valentine's Day,
That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
That's
Out of the
up there.
blue, after a bit of teppanyaki.
Exactly.
After he's paid for
After a nice
accommodation,
succulent
After
Japanese
he's
meal.
paid for snorkeling, which he wanted. It was snorkeling, right?
snorkeling first.
Which he wanted to do, but couldn't do, or ended up
no, I
doing.
assume
or-
they would have. Like, you can't just turn the boat around.
Yeah,
if someone
it's
got
like, let's
seasick.
go home, boys.
His snorkeling's been ruined.
Ruined.
I assume he
Movie
really wants
World
to.
was ruined.
Movie World ruined. I'm
Yeah.
sure he wanted to go on some rides and all that. Or was she watching him as he went on rides?
No.
Was his experience ruined?
I think
Probably sounded like he liked her at the time. So 2 experiences ruined.
Yeah.
paid for the whole thing.
That's a big cockatoo. That's rough.
The financial distress that he's in now.
Paid
In the shitter.
paid for the dinner to only get broken up with after.
That's
And she did it day 2 of a day 8 trip.
I think compounded, that's got to be at least a hefty 10, dare I say, even more.
10, I think that's fair enough for the level of cuck she's given him.
Yeah.
But I think
He
he
gets some
kind of
back.
cucked her
Yeah.
by having ambitions and aspirations.
Wanting to do something with his life.
exactly. Like actually, making something of himself.
So we'll bring him back down to maybe an 8.
An 8, I'd say. A -2. 8 cockatoos.
Pending the update to this story, because I am now very invested in this.
So we might have an impact on what happens. What are our recommended next steps?
Well, depending on, whose house it is that they live in. If it's his, kick it to the curb.
No, he's removalist. He's out of there.
Oh, so he's jetting out of there.
Head back to the parents, recoup for a bit, center yourself,
Yeah.
and continue to strive and buy the house, I think.
Strive for greatness.
I would say the ultimate cuck would be if he bought her house. That would be the ultimate big dick energy move, I think.
But given he said financial situation, you reckon she's paying for all the rent now? Rent? Apartment.
It would be renting.
Renting.
Like,
Let's say
I don't
they're
know. They're probably renting.
So don't pay a single cent anymore, my friend.
Well, if he's out of there, why would he?
It might be we agreed to
they
to
both
X
have their
date,
name on the...
so we'll pay.
Okay. Yeah, definitely don't pay.
Don't pay a cent.
And save that money for the deposit for the house.
She's in strife. She's
Bad
in
luck.
strife. That's how it is. Alrighty, moving on from that. I have to self-confess, boys. I believe I've been cucked the other day.
Again.
Go.
Again, and I need to confess. So the other day I went for a work dinner, but it was somewhere where you can like drive to. So I drove by myself. I just got given an address. Get here and we'll eat. Told there was parking on the premises. So I drove there, fucking 40-minute drive, no less. I must add. So 40 minutes, I'm already pissed off because I want to drive 10 minutes. And I drive there and I get up to the place and it's not like, those restaurants just don't seem to have parking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just like, just a shop.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, calling them. I'm pretty panicked because I normally like to figure out parking beforehand, but I was given promises that there's parking on the
Ample
premises.
parking.
Exactly. And it was like a Tuesday as well. So I'm like, surely this is going to be the easiest fucking parking of my life. And I call up one of them and they're like, oh yeah, you just got to like go down the road a bit and park at the RSL. Like that's the parking for this spot. So I drive down, I go up to the fucking boom gates and you know how you can see the prices?
Yeah. No.
Parking,
Expensive.
$40
What?
for 1 to 3 hours.
That's the lowest one.
And I'm 40. I'm at the fucking gate, bro.
Just reverse, brother.
There's cars behind me trying to get in.
I'm reversing. I don't care. I'm not paying $40.
$40 for 1 to 3
All
hours.
the other ones, all the other options.
I don't know. I was flabbergasted at that, bro.
didn't even bother looking down.
So I went in to go straight back out.
Oh, okay.
But obviously, I think you had to pay for $0 to $1.
1 hour.
So I couldn't get out yet. So I had to fucking ring the fucking bastard.
Yeah.
And be like, look, I just got in.
Yeah.
I made a wrong turn.
Yeah.
I need to get
How
back out.
convenient. He's probably heard that a million times in the world.
And
Just
I heard
came
radio
in.
silence for a few seconds, but then kind man opened up the gate. So whatever, I had to park fucking down the street at some street parking. And then I go into the restaurant and they're like, they said some shit about you have to get your ticket validated or some shite, whatever, bro. But I'm like, bro, at the face value, you're trying to commit me to $40. Anyways, we get there and then, we're eating. The situation got worse, bro. I got cucked by the restaurant.
What happened?
What
So
I
it was
do.
one of those places where you can order on the app. So they have a thing on the table where you scan the QR code or whatever, you order on the app. But you can also order at the counter. But I'm lazy, so I'm like, I'll just order at the fucking thing at the table. Turns out the order didn't go through. But my money went through.
Oh.
What?
So like the order didn't go to the kitchen somehow, some way.
Where did it go to?
Got lost in the ether.
Fuck no. So I had,
the
to
metaverse.
I had to follow up like 3 times.
Yeah.
And then food came out one by one.
Yeah.
And it ended up taking an hour for everything to come out.
Jesus.
And then turns out if I just ordered at the fucking front,
Yeah.
it would have been quick.
So that's the price you pay for laziness.
And then
So wait, did you know, how did you know it didn't come through? Because did everyone get their food?
No, as in our table ordered at the QR code.
Oh.
But like everyone else was getting
Getting
fucking
their
food.
food.
And the kitchen didn't churn food for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
What's going on here? If you're not churning food, where the fuck is ours?
Gotcha. So it wasn't just yours, it was everyone on the table.
It was the tables because like we can order at the table.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
You might as well
Yeah,
use
yeah.
the code. And then someone on the table chirped up, you know, it took an hour. Where's our refund? They're
Yeah.
like, fine, we'll give. This is when the food just got there because we were at the point where like we might walk out, but like the saving grace, the food just got there.
You paid $40 and you're going to walk out with
Exactly.
Hungry-
Maybe more because it might have
hungry
taken more
stomachs.
than fucking 3 hours.
Yeah.
So it got to that point. We're like, okay, like, look, we got to get compensated somehow.
Yeah.
We've waited an hour, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, we can give you a refund. Just give us the food back.
What?
What are you talking about?
That's not a refund.
What do you mean give? We're just returning items at that point. We need a bit of compensation here. So it's like, fuck off. We'll just eat the food, whatever.
Seriously, they said, give us the food. What if I ate it?
No, that's what I mean.
Regurgitate it back out?
No, the thing was, so the person was chirping at the like counter, and then I think then I saw money being transacted, but then some waiter came and like picked up the plates.
What?
again. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And then like I looked at them, and then we're just like, fine, we'll just eat. We'll just eat. We're here. We've committed. We'll see.
Name and shame this place. What the hell? This is
Nah, the food was
shambles.
the food was good. I don't want to stereotype either. The food was good.
What? What's the cuisine of
Yeah.
it? That's information that's very relevant to this
It
story.
was like a Korean fried chicken place.
Oh, that's a shame. I love Korean fried chicken.
Yeah,
Damn
you would have
shame.
liked it. Is what I would say as well. It's quality. I say, but once it was there, it was quality.
But didn't go through. That's why I don't like ordering at these, QR code things. I prefer to have the human interaction because I can abuse the waiter who's made the mistake. Like, who can I abuse? The computer.
Yeah, it's technology. You can't abuse technology.
I abuse manager. This is your system, bro. I've put my money's gone through yet. I've not received my items, my goods.
Well, it's just a bit disconcerting that the guy wanted you to return his food so he could probably give it out to like other
Yeah,
customers.
exactly.
Like, what's the plan there?
I don't know.
Was it just a principle thing? Like, if you want a refund,
I think it was
you
a
have to
principle.
return.
They've given us the food.
An hour late.
They don't want to compensate for the time. It's just they've given us the
Time
food.
is money, but
How long do you have to wait? Like, how long was that appropriate after an hour to demand a refund?
An hour. Yeah,
I think so.
An
Yeah,
hour.
I think an hour, especially when was everyone else getting served at an appropriate amount of time?
Yeah, everyone around.
Yeah, well then I think that's fair game.
How long does it usually take for like food to come out of a restaurant?
20 minutes.
I think by 30 minutes, you're that's when you're like, fuck, it's taking a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're so hungry, dude.
It's a
You've
double
ordered,
bag.
you're antsy, you're waiting.
Jellies get your drinks on time or?
Drinking waters, mate. Self-serve, no less.
Oh, no. We went to a place yesterday that said they don't do tap water. Like, you have to pay for bottled
Do
water.
they sell alcohol there?
No.
Well then that's fair.
What do you mean that's fair? It's a
Yeah.
dessert place. How can you not serve water at a restaurant?
Legally, you don't have to.
Legally you don't actually have to.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. They don't legally have to sell water. I give you free water. Only if so bars and stuff have to give you because they sell alcohol.
Fine. I think they do.
They don't.
You're saying I go to a place to eat
Yeah.
and I have to, and it's out of the kindness of their heart, they're giving me like tap water in a.
Essentially, yeah.
I think,
Yeah, the restaurants don't have tap water. They don't sell alcohol. Like, well, not restaurant. Like, eat-in places that are like takeaway don't give tap water.
yes,
Fish and chip shop.
they
Fish and
do.
chip shop. You're eating in.
Yeah.
No tap water. Burger place. You're not getting tap water.
I think if you ask for tap water, they'll give it to you.
Yeah, but that's to the discretion of the kindness of their heart.
All right. Well, this is new information. All right, fine. That's actually blown my mind a little bit. That's a bit scary that in this
Anyway.
day and age we can't get tap water at restaurants.
Well, it costs them money, bro. You think water's free to them? They got to pay utilities like the common man. What are you talking about?
Where were we up to? I forgot about.
Cockatoos for Miguel. So you'll get one for the car park. Actually, no, one for believing your mates.
How dare I?
Yeah. Two for, and then one for when you got there, you saw the $40. I would give you more, but the guy let you out for free. So
Yeah.
And I
that's,
also couldn't back out, bro. There was no space to not go in.
that's your word against mine. So I'll give you, so you're on two so far, and then you'll get probably another one or two for the.
One for the being ordering on the QR code and not arriving.
Yeah, one for that.
One
and
for
then one for the refund situation. That is horrendous. And then one as well for your workmates trying to gaslight you by saying, oh, you got to validate your ticket, blah, blah, blah. So you'll get, so in total, I think you've got five cockatoos.
Wow.
And could you have gone back in any way?
The reversal is you eating the food and you just vomit on his floor saying, here's your food, boss. Now give me the refund.
As for the parking, I don't think there's anything you could have done.
Well, the parking, you could have tailgated your way out for free.
Oh, true, actually. Yeah.
By the way, I was telling Sen this on the car yesterday. Illegal for for privately owned car parks to fine you. And if you tailgate and they say, oh, we have your license, they can't legally get that information or your address or whose license is attached to from the RMS because they don't give it out to third parties. So yeah, they have your license, but what's it to them?
Shame. Exactly. I might get banned from this $40 parking establishment. What a loss.
Yeah,
what a
exactly.
loss.
So
could have done that, I think. That would be the main play. That's what I would have. That's my initial instinct. I was like, I would park there and just
tailgate.
But
then you have to wait for someone. But then one of your mates, hopefully, if they come out, then you just...
The RSL, though, there's probably guys finishing their sessions and coming out.
They're probably drunk driving home, so you just follow behind them.
Probably break the boom gate.
All right, guys, that brings us to the end of the episode. As per usual, check out the TCB Appreciation Society. Also, check out last week's episode with Luke. Great episode, if you ask me. Manny, what would you say?
Brilliant episode.
Thank you.
I had to hear the log from externally.
From the sidelines.
From next to the camera, not in front, but great little episode.
As per usual as well, give us a 5-star rating on Spotify. We have 81 now, boys, and we're back to the 5-star. So the few fuckers out there who gave us 4.
You know what the problem is, though?
What?
We say it's 5 stars, and there'll be a little fucker.
I know.
For next week to be back.
That's why we need
4.9.
everyone else to get on there and give us a 5-star. Well, let's get to 100 soon. That would be great. And also, show some love to the Apple Podcast as well. Give us a few 5-star ratings there. Even write a review. I think on Apple Podcasts you can write a review, so that would be great. Otherwise, Manny, where can everyone else find us?
Those platforms or any of your favorite podcast apps. We are on everything. Amazon Podcasts, Google Podcast. I bet you didn't know this. We're on Google Podcasts.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Oh, well, then they definitely didn't know that.
No idea.
You're on there. YouTube as well if you'd like to watch the video versions. Much better. We had video versions with Luke as well. It's on YouTube. Unreal. The production's unreal here at Critical Banter.
We're on Etsy as well. We're coming out with carved figurines of us in the next few weeks. So if you
let
want
us
to buy
know
that,
if you'd like that. Life size.
Exactly.
To scale. Sen, you can get Sen's 5'11".
Those will be 6 foot.
Same fucking joke.
All right.
You get Rohit's 4'11" one there as well.
We'll see you guys next week.